Imagine waking up tomorrow. You pull back your curtains, and something feels terribly wrong. There isn't just one sun rising over the horizon, there are two. The sky shines brighter than ever before. Every object casts two shadows. The morning air grows warmer by the minute. Scientists across the globe are left speechless. Has another star entered our solar system? Could Earth survive the intense heat? Or would this beautiful sight become humanity's greatest nightmare, as impossible as it sounds? There are actually planets in our galaxy that orbit two suns. So, what if Earth became one of them? Let's find out. But before we imagine life under two suns, we first need to answer an important question. Is this actually possible? At first, the idea of Earth having two suns sounds like pure science fiction. But here's the surprising truth. Planets with two suns actually exist. Astronomers have discovered several worlds orbiting not one, but two stars. These are known as circumbinary planets. Instead of orbiting a single sun like Earth, they travel around an entire pair of stars. Imagine standing on one of these distant worlds. You might witness two spectacular sunrises, two breathtaking sunsets, and skies unlike anything we've ever seen on Earth. One of the most famous examples is Kepler 16b, often called the real-life Tatooine because of its two suns. So the concept isn't impossible. It's already happening somewhere in our galaxy, but there's one important difference. Those planets formed in binary star systems from the very beginning. Earth didn't. Our planet evolved under the light of a single sun for more than 4.5 billion years. Every season, every ocean current, every ecosystem, and every living creature has adapted to that one steady source of energy. So what if, somehow, a second sun suddenly appeared in our solar system? Would Earth become twice as hot? Would our climate collapse? Or could life somehow adapt to this extraordinary new reality? Let's begin with the very first morning beneath two suns. It began with a sunrise that no one could explain. It began like any other morning. People woke up, made breakfast, and prepared for another ordinary day. Then, something extraordinary happened. A second sun appeared on the horizon. At first, many believed it was an optical illusion. Some thought it was an extremely rare atmospheric phenomenon. Others assumed the images spreading across social media were fake. But within minutes, the impossible became undeniable. From every continent, people looked up and saw the same incredible sight. Two brilliant suns shining in the sky. Around the world, observatories turned their telescopes. Its gravity and energy would soon begin affecting Earth. The beautiful double sunrise might be the beginning of humanity's greatest challenge. Because from this moment on, nothing about our planet would ever be the same. And it certainly wasn't a spacecraft. It was another star. Roughly similar in size to our own sun. The entire scientific community was left asking one impossible question. How did a second sun suddenly appear in our solar system? No known law of physics could explain it, but there was an even bigger concern. If this really was another sun, its gravity and energy would soon begin affecting Earth. The beautiful double sunrise might be the beginning of humanity's greatest challenge, because from this moment on, nothing about our planet would ever be the same. At first, the extra sunlight would feel almost pleasant. Days would become brighter. Solar panels would generate more electricity than ever before. But that advantage wouldn't last long. Every second, both suns would pour enormous amounts of energy onto Earth. The planet would begin absorbing far more heat than it could release back into space. Temperatures would slowly climb. What started as a few extra degrees would soon become a global crisis. Summer heat waves would become unbearable. Regions already known for extreme temperatures could regularly exceed 60 degrees Celsius. Roads would soften. Power grids would struggle under record electricity demand. Air conditioning systems would run day and night. But many would eventually fail. The polar ice caps would begin melting much faster. Massive glaciers would collapse into the oceans. Sea levels would rise, threatening coastal cities across the world. The oceans themselves would change. Warmer water holds less oxygen. Coral reefs would bleach. Fish populations would decline. Powerful hurricanes would draw energy from the hotter seas, growing larger, stronger, and more destructive than anything in recorded history. Earth would never return to its old climate. Humanity wasn't facing a season of extreme weather. It was entering an entirely new world. Scientists would issue warning after warning, but there would be one terrifying realization. This wasn't a temporary heat wave. As long as two suns continued shining. But it wasn't just the climate that was changing. Life itself was beginning to adapt. As Earth's climate continued to change, nature would face its greatest challenge in millions of years. Plants, animals, and entire ecosystems have evolved under a single sun. Every forest, every coral reef, every migrating bird, and every living creature depends on a delicate balance that has existed for billions of years. With two suns, that balance would be shattered. Plants would receive far more sunlight than they were designed to handle. At first, many species might grow faster, but beyond a certain point, the intense heat would damage their leaves. Forests would become increasingly vulnerable to wildfires. One lightning strike could ignite thousands of hectares of dry woodland. Smoke would darken the skies as fires spread. Animals would also struggle. Many species use the position of the sun to navigate during migration. With two suns in the sky, their natural instincts could become confused. Birds might lose their routes. Sea turtles could hatch at the wrong time. Insects that pollinate crops might disappear from regions where they once thrived. The food chain would break apart. Farmers around the world would face shorter growing seasons in some regions, and unbearable heat in others. Fresh water would become one of humanity's most valuable resources. Countries would invest in massive desalination plants, vertical farms, and climate-controlled greenhouses to keep food production alive. Life would not disappear overnight. Countries would invest in massive desalination plants, vertical farms, and climate-controlled greenhouses to keep food production alive. Life would not disappear overnight. But surviving would require constant adaptation. The question was no longer whether Earth could support life. It was whether life could evolve fast enough to keep up. For thousands of years, human civilization has been built around a predictable cycle. One sunrise, one sunset, one stable climate. But with two suns, that world would disappear. Cities would have to adapt. Buildings would be redesigned with reflective materials to reduce heat. Massive cooling systems would become as essential as electricity itself. In the hottest regions, life outdoors during the day might become nearly impossible. People would work during the cooler hours, while many cities would come alive after sunset. Heat-resistant materials would replace traditional construction. Roads, bridges, and railways would be engineered to withstand extreme temperatures. Agriculture would change completely. Energy, however, would become one of humanity's greatest advantages, with twice as much sunlight available. Solar power could generate enormous amounts of electricity. Gigantic solar farms would spread across deserts. Space-based solar stations might even beam clean energy back to Earth. Technology would evolve rapidly, instead of relying on open fields. Much of the world's food could be grown inside vertical farms. Artificial intelligence would constantly monitor crops, adjusting light, temp, and water. Water would become more valuable than oil. Advanced desalination plants would transform seawater into drinking water. Recycling every drop would become a global priority. But if both suns were as bright and as close as the one we have today, our planet would receive far too much energy. The oceans would slowly evaporate. The atmosphere would trap more heat. Humanity has survived ice ages, mass extinctions, powerful earthquakes, and devastating pandemics, time and time again. Our greatest strength has been our ability to adapt. Perhaps we would adapt once again. But there would still be one final question, even if humans survived. Could Earth itself remain a stable home beneath two suns? Perhaps we would adapt once again, but there would still be one final question, even if humans survived. Could Earth itself remain a stable home beneath two suns? The answer depends on something even more important than heat. So, could Earth really survive with two suns? The answer is yes, but only under specific conditions. Having two suns doesn't automatically mean a planet is doomed. In fact, Astronomers have already discovered real planets orbiting two stars. Some of them lie within the habitable zone, the region where temperatures may allow liquid water to exist. If Earth's two suns were smaller than our current sun, or far enough away, life might continue with only moderate changes. Over thousands or even millions of years, Earth could begin transforming into a world similar to Venus, a planet with crushing temperatures, a thick atmosphere, and extreme conditions. Fortunately, nothing like this is expected to happen. Our solar system formed around a single stable star more than 4.5 billion years ago. There is no evidence another sun could suddenly appear. This journey has been a thought experiment, one that reminds us how delicately balanced our world truly is. A small change in a planet's orbit, a different type of star, or more energy, could completely rewrite the story of life on Earth. The universe is filled with incredible possibilities, some beautiful, some terrifying, and many that continue to surprise. So the next time you watch a sunrise, remember, that one star, at just the right distance, has made every ocean, every forest, and every human life possible. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed exploring this journey, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to Future Pulse, and turn on notifications for more epic science documentaries. Until next time, keep looking up